Hello everyone, I'm Areeb Azhar with Folk Beats at the Lok Virsa. In this program, we'll be bringing melodies, rhythms, poetry, myths, stories from the rich cultural heritage of Pakistan. Now, when we speak about cultural heritage, Pakistani cultural heritage, Sufism, Sufi poetry, Sufi music is a thread that runs throughout this cultural tapestry. And when we speak about Sufi poetry and Sufi music, HEER is one of the first stories that comes to mind. Originally, HEER is the story of the young woman from Jhang called HEER, who falls in love with the young man RANJHA from Takht Hazara. But HEER's family is against this union because RANJHA does not belong to the same tribe, the same ethnicity, does not belong to the rich family of Seal. And HEER's family marries her off against her wishes to some rich landlord. RANJHA initially wanders off and in his despair even tries to become a wandering dervish and seeks solace with the great Guru Gorakhnath at the temple of Tilla Jogiyan, but then returns. Meanwhile, HEER continues the struggle for her loved one, never giving up hope, and finally convinces RANJHA that the only solution is for them to elope. They run away, and in the end of the story, HEER presents the case of love and how marriage is a union of the spirit and a sacred sacrament. Though many people feel Pakistanis are losing touch with their rich folk heritage, HEER is still very much alive. It's a part of both rural and urban Punjab. One can often come across people sitting, sipping their teas, driving taxis, working in the fields, reciting HEER in the traditional melodic manner. What is Sufi poetry and Sufi music? What makes HEER so special? Why is the story called HEER named after the woman and not HEER and RANJHA or something else? To talk about this, we'll be right back with a very special guest.
माणमतिये रूप गुमान परिये अटके लिए रंग रंगीलिए आशिक पार फकीर ते नाग काले हो बाज मंत्रों मूल ना के लिए ए जोबना बाजार वाए तूने हारिए छैल छबीलिए तेरे पलंग दा रंग ना रूप कटिया हो ना कर शैदियां नाल बखीलिए नी वारिस शाह बिन कार दो ज़िबा करिए हो नाल ज़ुबान रसीलिए
We'd like to introduce a very special guest to our show, Dr. Kamran Ahmed, a scholar of world religions, a psychologist and a specialist in the Sufi traditions of Pakistan. Welcome to the show. Dr. Saab, first I'd like to ask you the story of HEER. It's an old story, but it's most often connected with the great Sufi poet Waris Shah. How did this come about?
Waris Shah came actually much later. Varisha's version is very anthropological. It's just so rich with details of everyday life in Punjab, and also it's written in a way that it can be sung. So it's written in that way. It was meant to be sung, and that is why it became so popular.
But the old story is also written in verse.
It's written in verse and much older. Varisha came about around during Aurangzeb's era. The original, the earlier versions like HEER the Modar, which is the oldest Punjabi version, was written in Akbar's time. So the story has been around for a long time, much before Varisha. His was just the most popular version of it.
And the only story which I've read of HEER is through Varisha.
And most of the movies that are made are actually based more on HEER Varisha's version.
So the people who still sing HEER in different parts of Punjab, they sing the Varisha version. Does anyone still sing the older version?
Very uncommon. No.
Why is it that although so many of the old stories are now forgotten and lost, but the story of HEER is still very much part of the cultural psyche of Punjab?
After 400 plus years,
After
so
400.
4 centuries onwards,
What makes
it's
it so?
still so alive. And in the music and in the poetry, and from Janoon to you've sung HEER, and no, it's everyone.
What is it about it
It's
that makes
so
it?
alive because I think HEER is an embodiment of an energy, an archetypal energy that we carry within us, the heart energy, the need, ability, the desire, the tremendous tradition of falling in love. And it's very common here. We are a nation of ashiks, of lovers. And that energy is embodied and captured most powerfully in HEER. And that is why it remains not just an old story that Sufi poets and all. It's a very living symbol, character in our lives. And it's this heart energy that colors, music, dance, poetry, all of that brings the heart to life. And in romance to connect with another.
Dr. Kamran, your book Tariqat it's become a very popular book, and it speaks about spirituality, leaving out the dogma. How would you connect HEER with spirituality? Is the spiritual aspect of HEER, the element of falling in love, the heart energy?
In this region, we've always connected this ability to go beyond your ego self and connect with something outside, with something larger, whether it's a person or the same energy connecting you to the divine. So it's whether it's a person or the divine, but something that breaks you open, the ego self, and allows you to connect with the deeper, bigger, larger part outside on a heart level, is ishq, romance, and that is the basis of spirituality.
Why does it?
Heart level connection.
Why does it always need to end in tragedy then?
It didn't end in tragedy. Varisha's version is the one that ended in tragedy. It's very interesting, and it's interesting when you think about it. Varisha's version is being written in Aurangzeb's time. Now, when the original HEER was being written, it was Akbar's time. And in that time, when spirituality was much more common, when the heart energy was much more alive, the lovers actually win. They walk away, they get together, they walk away into the sunset, and it is said that once in a while people still see them. So they never die, and they don't say what happened when they actually came together, and then they walk away in the end.
But Varisha was writing during the time of
Aurangzeb, when religiosity, when this hardcore rigidity, when militancy was very much in at that time. That was the time when northern India invaded southern India for the first time, when the Marathas got militarized and all. And it reflects, that is where the Qazi wins. the religious scholars win and the lovers lose in the end, they die. And that's very telling of the times. And maybe there's a lesson in that for...
So is that why today we sing the second, the tragic version? Perhaps we should start singing the happier ending version of it.
Because what we need today is to actually connect with
the heart energy.
The heart energy that allows the lover to live inside, that brings the heart to life. And through the language of the heart, which is again colors, celebrations, music, art, poetry, relationships, connection, heart connections, bringing that energy to life and to keep it alive and not to let the fanatics and the extremists kill those energies and the lover inside.
And this is the significance that today's function of trying to revive the energy behind HEER has meaning.
Feminine energy, if you may, and the heart energy. The energy that is carried by men and women alike. We all carry that energy inside.
The energy of HEER.
It's very important to connect with that.
Thank you so much, Conrad.
Pleasure being here.
One of the wonderful things about Pakistan is that you can travel to almost any shrine in the country and come across great musicians who sing the verses of the saint who's buried there. It's our pleasure today to have in our studio two such Malang musicians from the shrine of the great poet of Punjab himself, Waris Shah, Taimur Afghani and Amjad Ali Khan. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam ji, thank you.
I'm going to ask them what the status of HEER was in traditional Punjabi society. तैमूर भाई, ये हमें बता सकते हैं कि पंजाब के रवायती माशरे में हीर का क्या मकाम हुआ करता था?
हीर वारिस शाह को यही मकाम है कि उसको लोग चूमते हैं, पंजाबी कल्चर से ताल्लुक़ रखने वाले, और इसमें से वो फाल निकालते हैं। इवन जब कोई पंचायत में कोई फ़ैसला हो तो वारिस शाह जी के अशार पढ़ के उसको फ़ैसले भी करते हैं। और लोग, यहाँ तक ये रिवायत थी कि लोग अपनी बेटियों को जहेज़ में ये किताब दिया करते थे। और ये हीर का जो एक पैगाम है जो उसने अपने राइट की खातिर, ये हीर वाहिद एक कैरेक्टर है जो अपने राइट के लिए खड़ा होता है। और एक हमारे मुआशरे में जो पिसी हुई ये तबका है ना, औरतों के राइट्स के हवाले से हमारे मज़हब ने हमें ये दिया हुआ राइट कि औरत को उसका राइट दें, जब उसकी शादी करें तो उससे पूछें। तो इसी तरह हीर से भी उन्होंने पूछा तो उसने कहा मेरा तो उधर है सिलसिला रांझा के साथ, तो उन्होंने नहीं माना उसको।
कुछ हमें पढ़ के सुनाएंगे, कौन सा शेर हमारे सामने पेश करेंगे?
जी, मैं बाबा वारिस शाह जी रहमतुल्लाह अलैह के जो किरदार है ना हीर और रांझा, उसको उन्होंने डिफ़ाइन किया रूह और जिस्म से। तो उसमें जो जिस्म है ना, जो रांझा है वो रूह से मुखातिब है। उसमें वारिस शाह जी का विज़डम दो लाइनों में आपकी सुनने वालों की, देखने वालों की सेवा में पेश करता हूँ।
प्लीज़।
इसमें अठ खिलिए छैल छबीलिए नी, आशक पौर फकीर ते नांग काले। आज मंत्रों मूलना के लिए रांझा खुदा ख्याल ना पवो मेरे सप शी फकीर दा देस के कूंजा वांग ममोलियां देस छड़े असां ज़ात सिफात ते पेस के वतन दमां दे नाल ते ज़ात जोगी वतन दमां दे नाल सानू साक कबिलड़ा खेश के
Pakistan's landscape is full of hidden mysteries, tales and myths. Many of these old stories are turned into teaching stories by the Sufi poets. Such epic stories as HEER RANJHA, Saif al-Muluk, Sassi Punnu, Soni Maiwal, in Punjabi, Siraiki, Sindhi, Balochi, Pashto. These stories are used to pass on the wisdom of the age to younger generations. Not only morality, but spirituality and humanity. Lok Virsa has just published a beautiful book on the life of Waris Shah called Waris Shah, Zindagi Zamana, the life and times of Waris Shah. What makes HEER so particular is that the role model of HEER that it portrays is not one of a meek, weak woman who's being beaten by her husband. The role model is one of an empowered, self-willed, strong woman who knows what she wants and gets it. May we all connect with our own heart energy and the HEER inside all of us.